Good evening. My name is Greg Gattuso, and this is CitiRock, the cable TV show that brings New York's hottest young rock and roll bands to you, the home viewer. Now, tonight, we're going to get down with some suburban rock and roll with our guests in just a second. But first, let's do a little CitiRock updating. As you recall, we had a band here called Galaxy 3 with Simon Seven and Lisa Hunt. That band is in England right now. They'll be touring extensively this summer. They should be back in the area in about September. So, of course, we here at CitiRock wish them a bon voyage and much luck and success over in England. Okay, also, as you may recall, we had a band here called City Beat. Now, their lead guitarist and one of their lead singers, Gopal Varadan, has taken vacation this summer. He should be back in late August. We'll keep you up to date on what the rest of the band is doing. Also, we have a winner in our CitiRock Pablo Guzman sketch contest. The winner is, let's see, Jessica Cooney from Roosevelt Island. Of course, Jess will pick up a beautiful CitiRock t-shirt. And of course, thank you. Thank you. My name is on the back, of course. It's beautiful. And we'll send it right to her. Jess, we'll be taking a look at her sketch next week on the show. Okay. Also, we've got a real rocker of a show coming up for you. Tonight, let me remind you, CitiRock Auditions Night coming up in this summer, a little later on. It's your chance to find a band, and we'll get into that a little later with our address coming right up. But right now, let me introduce our CitiRock featured guests this week. They do play, as I mentioned, suburban rock and roll. We'll ask them what that is. Their name, Fi Fo Fum. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CitiRock.
Well, thanks very much.
Let's start off. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Okay. Why don't we start off here?
Okay.
Well, I'm Don.
Mary Kay.
Javier.
I'm Al. I'm John.
And guys, welcome to CitiRock, as I previously said. Javier,
Yes.
would you please define suburban rock and roll, and what's the difference between suburban and suburban rock and roll?
Well, listen, I'll tell you the truth, it doesn't mean anything, but I'll give you the BS about it.
Go ahead.
Because, you know, there are journalists that like to write and have to write about something, so we're just going to give them something to write. As far as I'm concerned, because of, you know, gentrification in urban areas in recent years, all the people that live in the urban areas have now moved out to what they call the suburbs. So that's us. We're doing rock and roll in the suburbs.
Do you feel your music is a little more spread out than some cliched urban rock and roll?
Definitely. We write about natural urges and things like that that people in the suburbs have.
What
are permitted to have.
Well, let's give it to somebody else. Al, what are some of these urges that suburbans?
Just to something good danceable rock and roll.
Danceable rock and roll.
Enjoy
The fear of death, sexual urges,
mainly sexual.
open-mindedness, innocence, things like that.
Sausage pizza.
Mary Kay says, "Oh God," as we say. So, what are your influences in rock and roll?
That's a good question. I don't know. My influences aren't really musical influences. I would say.
What's the driving force, though, behind the band?
Behind the band? I'll tell you the truth. We just want to make rock and roll music. We want to make music that people will respond to in what I would call an innocent way. My goal is to be able to draw a circle in the street, boom, put the band in the middle of the circle, and have people surround us, and we make a noise and have people dance. It's quite simple, but there's so much garbage on people's minds these days. You know, a lot of even intellectual garbage that keeps them from doing that. So pretty much that's our goal, to get back to some of the primitive or natural basic urges.
So we're getting back
feed off of that energy.
to basic urges.
Right, which is what you find in the suburbs. You know, and weekend night.
What kind of backgrounds do you guys have that you find it easy to come together as a band? What influences do you find work best when you're together? What parts make up the sum that's known as Fi Fo Fum?
It's, I think...
But this is open to anybody. Yeah, you're stealing the show here.
Hey.
Well, that's one of them. One of them, the fact that I talk a lot, and
Yeah.
the rest of them go...
That's one of me.
That's just to find one of them.
Uh-huh.
Can anybody supply another one? It's hard to describe. It's very difficult to describe. I imagine that we each do something better than the other, and at this point, it causes a harmony instead of dissonance.
Okay, with that, we have a video from the band Fi Fo Fum. Who'd like to set it up for us?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Mary Kay?
Chick says.
This is All Tomorrow's Parties, which we did at Cats Plus Studios.
Over on Green Street?
Yeah,
Right.
Green Street in Soho.
George Peterson.
Owned and operated by George Peterson, who is, I think, one of the great entrepreneurs great unknown entrepreneurs of rock and roll.
Damn nice guy, too.
We love you, George.
Yes, we do.
Okay, he also co-produced the recording.
Okay,
Give him credit.
so let's take a
Can
look.
I just want to say one
Sure.
thing. For all of you out there watching the video, just try to imagine that the baby grand piano is a very large casket. Okay, roll it.
A very large casket?
Yes.
But a nice casket.
Oh boy! With that said, let's check
Okay,
out
guys.
I don't know.
Fi Fo Fum here on City Rock.